Alright everybody, welcome back. Last time we left off here inside the Forelhost crypt, working our way through this dungeon's quest, Siege on the Dragon Cult. Still dealing with dragon cultist ghosts. Always a party. Oh. I need to be a little bit careful of traps and creatures because I'm at the point now where I actually am vulnerable to disease again. Because when I let Serana turn me into a vampire lord, well, that cured me of being a werewolf. And then when I got cured of being a vampire, I reverted back to being a actual normal human, which is obviously nice. But now I have to worry about the ability of traps to hurt me. So anyway, that's the well. It's locked from this side, as Scorm's journal stated. You can pick a master lock and essentially skip almost all of the crypt zone, but I prefer to do my exploring. So let's get in here. Dropped a bunch of linen wraps on us. No doubt that's a little strange. So I think it's treating these as human enemies in terms of whether or not they work for the Soul Siphon perk. I picked up a linen wrap that I have no actual desire to carry. This door is barred from the other side. Well, okay then. Torch on the ground. That's never a great sign. Actual Draugr there. Draugr white, apparently. Not that matters too much. We'll keep it going, though. You can really see Prowler's Prophet at work in these burial urns. Since we finished No Stone Unturned a little while ago. Let's search this obvious little treasure room. Very good. Looks like those were the side rooms, and this one is going to turn out to be the way forward. Looks like we're going to have spiders. Looks like we can't ever quite escape having to deal with spiders. Got a Draugr there. Like we got another Draugr getting beaten up by a blade trap. Can also already see lightning runes in here, so let's just be a little bit careful so I can search these bodies before they trigger, because they will pretty invariably trigger. The fuck? I guess that one's dead and it's just being really weird about it. Oh well. I don't really care. Let's search them. Yep, we can search him. He's dead, alright. Onward! And this is where, this segment in particular is where shit can really get out of hand if you come in here underleveled. But, on the flip side, like pretty much everything else in the game, it's nothing to a level 252 Dragonborn that's adequately invested in crafting. But see, 3 Death Lords, boom, boom, boom. Holy shit. Now granted, you probably wouldn't quite run into that combo if you weren't already highly leveled, but then again, you very well could. Forelhost is designated high-level content, for sure. Good lord. Are you fucking kidding me? You asses need to quit stepping on the pressure plate. And we got the Scourge. We got 3 more Death Lords. What the hell was it that time? This arrow? Really? I guess so. Damn. Anyway, that's handled now, so that's good. We've got another Death Lord right here. Check that shit out. Or just fuck his ass up. That's my personal preference. Just end him. For real this time. Goddamn dragon cult. Fuck you up too. You see what I'm talking about though? I mean, imagine how this would have been in the earlier going before I really had my character finished. That's like 6 Death Lords in a single hallway. Here's another one. Unreal. Shit is bananas, yo. Let's keep going. What else you got? We got a door here. That's something. Well, if you didn't see that coming as far into this game as we are, then you're just silly. Another trio of Death Lords. And that one's even an actual boss, a Death Overlord. Good. Alright, well, let's search the three of them. And this chest. Ah, there, the Forelhost well key. That's what you come here for. So now, I think we're good until we dive into the well, so I'll stand up. Go a little bit faster. The other thing, ooh, what's over here? Chest, yeah boy. The other thing that should be obvious by now, as many dungeons as we've cleared. Oh shit. Magic trap. I don't actually want the Lesser Soul Gem. If you saw a barred door earlier, you're eventually going to unbar it. Sure enough, here we are. Back at the start of the crypt zone. And we could have just picked the master lock at the start, but I like to actually explore things. As is alluded to in Skorm's journal, it has been long enough that this water is not toxic anymore, so we can swim through the well to get around the collapse. Why is the spider dead already? That really is confusing. Did he lose to the skeevers? That's pretty damn funny if that's what happened. I think that's exactly what happened. I think the skeevers won a fight with a frostbite spider. How fun. Anyway. Nothing important in here, just usual spidery paraphernalia. Let's do search the skeevers just in case we can get some of our arrows back. And we'll take another little dive. And we're finding poison bottles again. And we're back in architecture instead of a cave. Now would be a good time to start sneaking again. Here's a note. Take this one off the list. There are now 2 more documents in the game that are simply titled Note. Let's read this one. Skorm and his dogs shall never take us alive. Forelhost has foreseen the return of the dragons and has given instructions that we are to poison the well. Better that we should die than fall into the hands of these infidels. They have forgotten that the gods were once dragons and shall give us life again once they return. There's a guy who... There's a cultist, what committed suicide. And then we're pretty well down to just one way to go. Let's head this way. Ceiling spike trap. Hopefully your eye is well trained well enough to spot those by now, but if not, be aware there's one there. Got an archer here. Another trio of Death Lords. Boy howdy, that's fun. Alright, well, let's search these 3. 1, 2, 3. And let's head up this tunnel. Seems simple enough. Are we done fighting for this zone? Not overall, of course. course. I think we are. I think the door is right here on our left. Now we're starting to see a lot of bodies. Now is when you can really start to come to grips with the scope of the mass suicide. And as you can see, it's hefty. Large scale, as it were. However you prefer to phrase it. I was going to say we should have done all those already. Let's head through into Zone 3, the Forelhost Refectory. Alrighty. Well, here we are, and sure enough, we got more bodies. That's always nice. Still more. Ever more Draugr. Here's your Death Lord. That seems like it's probably the way forward, so let's head over here. Sure enough. Apparently there's a Death Lord on the balcony. Looks like we've made our way to a dining hall. Or something of that nature. Ooh, Amulet of Dibella. How nice. Gate. Can't open it from this side. You can see, though, they were certainly prepping for a lot of deaths. Not only do we have actual bodies in here, but we have just boatloads of embalming material and urns for burial. And one filled black soul gem, too. That's always nice. Oh, I haven't... there it is. I was going to say I hadn't spotted the Death Lord up there, even though I knew it was present. There. It's handled now. Only one real way forward. Out through this iron door, so let's do it. What's up, Bohem? Fire runes. And that's just a collapsed tunnel. There's truly no reason to head over there. Unless you want to set off the oil slick. I mean, I would understand. Sometimes I feel the compulsion to set off all the traps too, but Kill these 3 Draugr before we do anything else. Looks like we have found the Alchemist's Garden. Look at all this. Oh, and it looks like they buried a lot of dead here, too. Delightful. Well, let's search the 2 Death Lords we just killed. Search what we can. Down here. Some of these I actually can't search, you'll notice. They're brushed solidly into the ground. So I'll get the ones I can. Get the Scourge before I forget. Now let's get the rest of this room. Here's a note called Orders. Let's read it and take it off the list. All the blossoms are to be harvested at once and brought up to the alchemical lab, then clear space and begin burial of the children's bodies. There you go. It's dark as hell, man. All those bodies I just searched were the children, apparently. I almost feel dirty. Adept locked chest. Up and out of this room, we continue on. I always wonder how these fires are still burning when I'm in these dungeons. Is it just magic? Probably. And we can open the gate back to the main hall, or dining hall here. And the way to continue is this way. Note the oil slick on the ground, and the Death Lord sort of stashed here in the corner. Search him, and it's pretty obviously the alchemy lab. And here is an alchemist's note, which we'll read and remove from our book list. But surely we cannot use these poisons on our own brothers and sisters. This plan is madness. Even if the main stairway is collapsed and they find those in the front chambers poisoned, there is no telling that they will stop from clearing the rubble and coming through to burn our bodies before Alduin's return. Ragad, it is not that I fear death or refuse to lay down my life in service of the gods. The snow elf raids in the northern lands may not be enough to draw off the snow strider when he finds us dead. All know of his tenacity. If we are to die, then let us die with blades in our hands rather than with poison on our lips and daggers at our children's throats. Head Alchemist Froda. And then if you look here, you can see an arrow and a sword, 2 arrows and a sword stuck in the chair, pinning this Draugr to it. And there's a note, Ragat's reply, which we can read and take off the list. Froda, do not deter the other alchemists from their work. Your views are known to me, and we shall have words about them shortly. Ragat. Ugh, well, there you go. Guess that tells us what happened there, doesn't it? Alright, well, let's head up these stairs then. I was going to say keep your eyes peeled, because I could hear another Draugr grunting. Sure enough, there he is. And sure enough, it is yet another Death Lord. Hey, some gold. Now some of this shit just doesn't make sense, like, there's a spell tome for flames. The only truly useless spell tome in that literally every character starts the game with that spell. Oh well. Oh, it's a spell trap. Zapping us. Well, let's deal with it before we do anything else. I don't actually want to take it. I saw Draugr over here, so let's... Oh, come on. Nothing I hate more than a kill cam fucking up an otherwise good shot. And you know it was a good shot or else he wouldn't have gotten paralyzed in the first place. Alright. Well, before we wander too far, let's just duck through here. This is the balcony overlooking the dining hall. There's the Draugr that we shot. Not much up here. It's just, it's demonstrating that we've finally more or less circled all the way around. As we go through here, a lot of ruined books. Something very important tucked back here. The glass claw. Obviously we'll want to take that with us. And taking it actually lowers the bars, blocking our exit from the real path forward. So, got a master locked door here with nothing too spectacular behind it. What were you protecting there, kiddies? Another master locked door. It might just be that these locks are leveled. There's nothing worth a master lock behind either of those, I'll tell you. Alright, forward. That chime means progress, I think. Apprentice locked chest. Nab that one. Good times, good times. Another Death Lord. I do not know what the hell just happened. I had basically just lost control and was button mashing, but somehow the shots connected. Go figure. Anyway, we got this room to search. Still more embalming, along with an arcane enchanter. Search her already? Yes. Another chest. That one's trapped, so just jump away from the spears. Beats picking the lock, when you no longer have to worry about raising lock picking anyway. Well, hello, buddy. That was a nice little crab walk you did just then. Sweet dance moves. Got him. Outstanding work. Everybody. Let's keep it going. And we've arrived at the Hall of Stories. There's snow in here. Probably means we're close to the outside. We know the drill. It's fox, owl, snake on this one. These sarcophagi should tell you that we do in fact have minions. I'll deal with them first. They're all nice and close by. That was 4 Death Lords. And there we've searched them all. Alright, let's quick save and go deal with, should be no surprise, who the Dragon Priest is. It's Ragat. Let's go deal with Ragat himself. Why he's not coming out, I don't know. There he is. But with that, we have cleared Forelhost. I'll take it off the clearable locations list. That's outstanding. Let's search Ragat. We have the unique Dragon Priest staff, which I'll take. We have his mask. Increase your stamina by 70 points. Ragat. Completed. Obtain Ragat's mask. Return to Valmir. So I will take Ragat off of my unique item list, and remember the puzzle, not much of a puzzle, but remember at Labyrinthian, we have that little unlockable for which we need 8 masks. This is the 7th. We're unfortunately not going to get the last one until near the very, very end of the main quest. It's Nakreen, and he is at Skuldothan, which we can't even get to until the end of the main quest. But, nevertheless, take Ragat off. I have defeated the Dragon Priest, Ragat, and taken his mask. I should return with it to Valmir. So we do want to go out to the battlements because the word wall is actually outside, but you can't get up here without cheating. I'm sort of steering clear of the courtyard on purpose for the moment. Want to do this first. Word of power learned. Wrath. Storm call. That's right. Got the second word of storm call. We'll go ahead and unlock it, and I'll tell you what the word wall says. Here fell Hrothmar, Wrathwolf from the savage plains. May his soul wander Sovngarde forever. Let's unlock it. Let's take it off of my shout list. And finally, let's head down here, let's head down to the courtyard and see what's up. He's dressed as a Stormcloak.
To indicate that Scorm Snowstrider left part of his journal here after laying siege. Hold on, I can explain. There's someone there?
Kill the imposter, Valmir. Valmir has betrayed me and has been tricking soldiers into the ruins. He must die. Nice and easy.
Victory is yours. I submit.
Completed. Siege on the Dragon Cult. So I'll take that off my quest list. And when I do, I will note that is the final dungeon side quest in the entire base game. Let's look at this. No change there, but we can search Valmir now. We can take the entrance key, and we can go ahead and take and read Valmir's orders. Take them off the note list, and then read it, and then I'll just drop it. But Valmir's orders. You will proceed to the ruins of Forelhost to retrieve the mask from the dragon cult there. If you are discovered, impersonate an officer. It is unlikely that anyone from Skyrim will be clever enough to see through the disguise. Once you have obtained the mask, bring it to Labyrinthian. So I suppose he is with the Thalmor? Kind of makes sense since he's a high elf, but there's no real confirmation in there either. Let's search that Stormcloak, and we're done. Let's head to Windstad for an offload, and then we're going to get back to the Dark Brotherhood quest line. Windstad first. Quick little offload. I have to admit I'm not quite sure what that chime was about, but I'm not too worried about it either. We're going to drop the Ragat mask in here, because we're going to need it for the Labyrinthian quest when we finally find the last one.
Papa, let's play a game.
Sure.
What do you want to play?
Hide and seek.
Okay, you stand right there and count to 10. No peeking. Ready? Go.
Dollar bill, y'all.
The gold is flowing nicely. Here's your half of the profit.
So let's just stick in, what? The glass claw, yes. That's probably it. Oh yeah, the Dragon Priest staff. That too.
It's my dear.
Let's check the girl's dresser now. Fragment on Artaeum. I think that actually is a new book. The non-quest version, anyway. Yes, it is. So I'll take it off the list, and I'll read it right quick. Fragment on Artaeum by Tarsil Anselma. The Isle of Artaeum, is the third largest island in the Somerset Archipelago, located south of the Moridunan village of Patanza and west of the mainland village of Runsabay. It is best known for being home to the Sigic Order, perhaps the oldest monastic group in Tamriel. The earliest written record of Sigics is from the 20th year of the First Era, and tells the tale of the renowned Breton sage and author Vornet, traveling to the Isle of Artaeum to meet with Iachesis, the Rite Master of the Sigics. Even then the Sigics were the counselors of kings and proponents of the Elder Way, taught to them by the original race that inhabited Tamriel. The Elder Way is a philosophy of meditation and study said to bind the forces of nature to the individual will. It differs from Magicka in origin, but the effects are much the same. That said, it is perhaps more than coincidence that the Isle of Artaeum literally vanished from the shores of Somerset at the beginning of the Second Era at about the time of the founding of the Mages Guild in Tamriel. Various historians and scholars have published theories about this, but perhaps none but Iachesis and his own could shed light on the matter. 500 years passed, and Artaeum returned. The Sigics on the isle consisted of persons, mostly elves, who had disappeared and were presumed dead in the Second Era. They could not or would not offer any explanation for Artaeum's whereabouts during that time, or the fate of Iachesis and the original council of Artaeum. Currently, the Sigics are led by the lore master Celerus, who has presided over the Council of Artaeum for the last 250 years. The council's influence in Tamrielan politics is tidal. The kings of Somerset, particularly those of Moridunan, have often sought the Sigics' opinion. Emperor Uriel V was much influenced by the council in the early, most glorious parts of his reign before his disastrous attack on Akavir. It has even been suggested that the fleet of King Orgum of Pyandonia was destroyed by a joint effort of Emperor Antiochus and the Sigic Order. The last 4 emperors, Uriel VI, Morihatha, Pelagius IV, and Uriel VII, have been suspicious of the Psijics enough to refuse ambassadors from the Isle of Artaeum within the imperial city. The Isle of Artaeum is difficult to chart geographically. It is said that it shifts continuously, either at random or by decree of the council. Visitors to the island are so rare as to be almost unheard of. Anyone desirous of a meeting with a Psijic may find contacts in Potenza and Rinsabe, as well as many of the kingdoms of Somerset. Were it more accessible, Artaeum would be a favored destination for travelers. I have been to the isle once and still dream of its idyllic orchards and clear pastures, its still and silent lagoons, its misty woodlands, and the unique Psijic architecture that seems to be as natural as its surroundings, as well as wondrous in its own right. The Sepura Tower in particular I would study, for it is a relic from a civilization that predates the High Elves by several hundred years and is still used in certain rites of the Psijics. Perhaps one day I might return. Note: the author is currently on the Isle of Artaeum by gracious consent of Master Sargenius of the Council of Artaeum. Oh, there you go. They still have Artaeum in their back pocket. I suppose we can visit it in a future Elder Scrolls game. Maybe in Elder Scrolls 6 if we fight the Dominion. Remember, despite being High Elves, and in the Somerset Archipelago, the Thalmor and the Psijics are enemies. Alright, so, to keep moving the Dark Brotherhood along, let's now head over to the Dawnstar Sanctuary. Excuse me, where we can speak with Arnbjorn. His quest arrow is outside, which means, sure enough, he is too. Completed. Locate Arnbjorn. Talk to Arnbjorn.
Should have figured Astrid would send you.
You're hurt.
Ugh, what gave it away? Yeah, gotta admit that little jester's good with that butter knife. But don't worry, I gave as good as I got.
Where's Cicero now?
In there, through the door. Some old sanctuary by the looks of it. I would have followed him, but I don't know the phrase.
I know the phrase. I'll get Cicero, you go home.
Alright, you convinced me. Doubt I'd be much good to you anyway. The little fop cut me pretty deep. But I slashed him good. Pretty sure I severed an artery. Don't know what you're gonna find in there. But you can probably just follow the blood.
Completed. Talk to Arnbjorn. Enter the Dawnstar Sanctuary.
Do me a favor and kill that little jester twice. Just to make sure.
What is life's greatest illusion?
Innocence, my brother. Well, let's make our way through here to deal with Cicero. Completed. Enter the Dawnstar Sanctuary. Kill Cicero.
Listener! Is that you? Oh, I knew you'd come. Send the best to defeat the best. Astrid knew her stupid wolf couldn't slay Cicero.
So, right here at the outset, you can get a unique set of clothing, the Jester's Gear. So I'll take those 4 items off my unique item list, which is getting to be a small list as we get through towards the end. And let's look at what these do. They're clothing, they aren't armor. But the boots muffle, the clothes give you 12% better prices and 12% one-handed damage boost. Gloves double sneak attack damage with one-handed weapons, and the hat fortifies sneak 30%, so it's actually really, really baller assassin gear. If you don't mind, you know, being dressed as a jester. What the hell was that?
No! This isn't at all what Mother would want! You kill the keeper or I kill the listener! Now that's madness!
Sanctuary Guardians, that's right. Basically Dark Brotherhood ghosts, I suppose. Little bit of gold, little bit of gold. And much like the corrupt nightingales in the Twilight Sepulchre, you'll notice they don't leave a
Stickler for details, get it? Stickler! Oh, I slay me.
Yep, so you got those traps there, but you can just go along the edge to avoid any damage. Let's keep on going. And here's another unique set of gear, the Worn Shrouded set. These are interesting because they're pretty cool, very lightweight, decent rating light armor, and they don't start with an enchantment. So you can enchant these, well, at least you can enchant the cowl and the armor yourself. So I thought they were supposed to all be unenchanted. I think I'm glitching out here. Because the cool thing about Worn Shrouded is it was supposed to be unenchanted. Yeah, I think I'm getting a little glitch there. Oh well. What can you do? Note the tripwire there. Let's just skip that.
You're still alive. Citizen respects the listener's abilities, of course, but could you at least slow down a bit? Not what I used to be.
A big busted glass window here. And now we're inside that main room we were overlooking when we first walked in. Wooden door here is barred from the other side. If we pull this chain, we at least open the way back to the entrance. There's only one way to go, and that is through here.
Chilly. You'll enjoy this. Not an original part of the sanctuary per se. Let's call it a forced addition. Forced by what? Oh, come and see.
It's a unique troll called the Uderfreicht, some version of which has showed up in every game since Morrowind, the Blood Moon expansion in particular.
Right. So Cicero attacked that harlot Astrid. For what fool to do when mother is slandered and mocked? Surely the listener understands.
Trying to make sure we fully explore these tunnels, because they do get a tad confusing. Alright, we're good now. And the one way forward is actually this tunnel down on the lower level. Let's head this way. Sure enough, back into the sanctuary. Ooh, crypts. Always fun. We got coffins. This one actually has something in it.
Cicero admits he thought the listener would be dead by now. Maybe we could just forget about this. Let bygones be bygones. What do you say?
Oh, detected. There we go. Search these coffins as well. Yeah, the coffins never have much in them, but if you're not paying attention, you might miss this here boss chest. Bam. Awesome.
If it's any comfort, I do feel slightly bad about these stupid listeners out of my way. Please, tell me that hulking sheepdog is bled to death. Oh. And now we come to the end of our play. The grand finale.
There's Cicero.
You caught me. I surrender.
Remain silent.
Oh, you prefer to listen, eh? Of course, of course. The listener listens. A joke. A funny joke. I get it. Then listen to this. Don't kill me. Let poor Cicero live. I attacked this trumpet bastard. I did. And I do it again. Anything for our mother? Return to the pretender. Tell her I'm dead. Tell her you strangled me with my own intestines. But lie. Yes, lie. Lie and let me live.
Completed. Kill Cicero. Kill Cicero or leave the sanctuary. Definitely better to leave Cicero alive. He becomes a very, very good follower if you do at the end of the Dark Brotherhood quest line, so...
Do what you will. Cicero has no fight left. In the end, Sithis will judge us both.
Let's open the boss chest, and let's just leave. That's all you need to do. We're going to spend a little bit more time on the Dark Brotherhood. Report back to Astrid. Sure. Along the way, let's make a pit stop at Winstad, because we got some goodies inside the sanctuary.
Ah, it's my love come to visit.
Hadn't even been a day. Neat. So the Jester's gear goes in here. As does the Worn Shrouded gear. And now let's head back to the Sanctuary to report to Astrid. We're barreling towards the end of this quest line now, too. Other than the Dragonborn expansion, we are very close to the end of all the content. It's kind of crazy, but
Ironborn is safe, and for that you have my thanks. But what of the fool? Is Cicero dead?
yes, Cicero is dead. Lie.
Excellent. Once again, you've proven yourself a born assassin. Tell you what, why don't you hold on to Shadowmere a while longer? He's a fine steed, and hasn't been ridden nearly as much as he should lately. And now that this Cicero mess has been mopped up, we can get back to the matter at hand,
Right, so what's my next task?
There's just one more target before we strike out at the Emperor. Have you by chance heard of the Gourmet? Read his cookbook? It's become quite a phenomenon. The Gourmet is scheduled to cook for the Emperor at a special dinner. You'll kill him, steal his writ of passage, and assume the role of Master Chef. Festus has been spearheading this part of the assassination plan. He's close to uncovering the identity of the Gourmet. You should report to him.
Completed. The cure for madness. Started. Recipe for disaster. Report to Festus Cracks. So I'll take the cure for madness off my list.
Kill well, and often.
I must speak with Festus Cracks about my next target, the renowned chef known only as the Gourmet. Oh, let's go chat with Festus then.
To kill triplets secretly and then have the whole thing blamed on the mother.
There you are. Took your sweet time dealing with Cicero, eh? Now let's get down to business. Astrid told you about the Gourmet, I hope.
That I need to kill him and take on his identity?
Quite so. But first, you'll need to learn who he is. Assuming, of course, that the Gourmet actually is a he. Could be a woman, for all we know.
Remain silent.
You know, maybe I was wrong about you after all. Anyone who's smart enough to shut up and listen can't be all bad. In my investigations, I came upon this. It's a copy of the Gourmet's cookbook, but not just any copy. It's signed, you see. Seems to be a message from the Gourmet to one Anton Varan. I've tracked Varan to the keep in Markarth. It would seem he's the cook.
And this Anton Varan knows the Gourmet's true identity?
I believe so. Therefore, you are to obtain that information from Varan, who the Gourmet really is and where he can be found. Oh, and when you're done with Varan, kill him. Loose ends and all that. Next, you'll have to... Are you still paying attention?
Remain silent.
As I was saying, you'll need to kill the Gourmet, of course. But what's more, you need to get his writ of passage, so you can take his place. Oh, and if you can, hide his body. The longer it takes for anyone else to determine his real identity, the better. Now off with you.
Uncommon taste. Signed. Added. Completed. Report to Festus Cracks. Question Anton Varan. What else can you tell me about the Gourmet?
Nobody knows his true identity. Well, nobody except Gaius Morrow, and you've already taken care of him. Well, I do know the Gourmet was classically trained in traditional Breton cuisine in High Rock, so that's where he must have met Anton Varan. In any event, our anonymous chef shares a passion for food with all of Tamriel. And that anonymity will prove the Emperor's undoing.
Tell me about this cookbook.
Uncommon Taste. It was published a few years ago. It became a sensation throughout the Empire almost overnight. The recipes were hailed as both practical and decadent. I've made a few of the Gourmet's dishes myself, actually. His roast mutton with regard berry sauce is to die for. But his chocolate pate gives me the runs.
So the Gourmet is in Skyrim?
Yes. Gaius Morrow, on orders from his father, arranged for the Gourmet to come to Skyrim months ago to serve as the Emperor's personal chef. But the Emperor canceled his journey at the last minute.
Is it true?
Morrow was smart.
Word certainly travels
Kept the
fast,
Gourmet
doesn't it?
around, in case
Part
things
of the severed head
changed.
I find most impressive.
And so,
Compliments.
the Gourmet has remained
In
in
the end, I
seclusion,
relied on a woman's
somewhere in
natural
Skyrim,
means.
on
Routine
indefinite
and
hold.
seduction. The rest was
Probably
formality,
feels like a
though
prisoner.
a rather wet, messy
But you'll fix that.
Alrighty.
Remember, the Markarth Keep. That's where you'll find Anton Varan. Probably cooking up all of the Gourmet's recipes, passing them off as his own.
Alright, so let's read the new book we got. Uncommon Taste. Signed. To my old and dear friend Anton, I will never forget the kindness you and the entire Varan family paid to me when I visited High Rock those many years ago. We were both young, impetuous, and foolish, and those were dangerous times for us all. But we knew even then, as we surely know now, that our battlefield is the kitchen, our sword the spoon, our enemy hunger. And now, thanks to your guidance and friendship, I can share our love of Breton cuisine with all of Tamriel. For this cookbook is not just a collection of recipes, but the sum total of my life's work, and a testament to the power of passion. Your friend in food, the Gourmet. Uncommon Taste by the Gourmet. Congratulations! By opening this volume, you have taken the first step on a truly epic journey, a voyage through the vast landscape of Breton food and its myriad joys and wonders. You will explore scents, flavors, and textures so exquisite they will seem impossible. But they are more than possible. Indeed, by following the carefully selected recipes presented in this cookbook, you will prepare extraordinary dishes with such ordinary ease those around you will suspect sorcery. But the only magic is that which exists in your own heart, the passion you possess for creating delicious, amazing food that can be prepared easily and enjoyed endlessly. Start here and someday you too can be a gourmet. Sunlight souffle. Ingredients: 2½ ounces cow's cheese, 1 ounce butter, 1 ounce flour, 9 ounces milk, a dash of salt, a dash of pepper, a cupful of ground nutmeg. Recipe: stoke the flames of your oven and achieve a moderate heat. Grate the cheese into thin shavings by running a finely honed elven dagger over the block. Separate the egg whites from the yolks and beat the whites vigorously until they thicken. Begin preparation of the signature sunshine sauce. Melt the butter and add in the flour while stirring continuously until well blended. Move the mixture to a smaller flame and begin gently stirring in the milk. It is crucial that you do not stop stirring. Continue to do so for 10 minutes until the mixture thickens. Then and only then will the sunshine sauce be considered ready. Add the salt, pepper, and nutmeg and remove from the flame. Add in the grated cheese and then the egg yolks. Stir well until fully blended. Then gently add in the egg whites with a spoon made of carved hickory wood. Gently pour the mix into 4 stonework souffle dishes, filling each nearly, but not quite, to the top. Put the dishes in your moderately hot oven and shut that door. Keep sealed for 25 minutes or your scrumptious suns will rise only to fall down flat into the oven's abyss. Remove after 25 minutes and serve immediately. Behold the brilliance of the sun and the exquisite flavor of the sunshine souffle. Potage le Magnifique. Ingredients: 4 cups chicken broth, 4 cups beef broth, 2½ ounces butter, 1 wooden flagon of flour, 1 cup diced carrots, a ½ cup diced onions. Recipe: stoke the flames of your open pit fire and achieve a low heat. Combine all ingredients into a large soup pot. Stir vigorously. Once hot, pour into earthen soup bowls immediately. Behold the gourmet's signature dish, the potage le magnifique. But wait, I know what you're wondering. That's it? Is that all there is to it? What's the secret of the gourmet? Do you really expect me to give away the secret to my most popular dish? Well, guess what? I will, for that secret, my friends, is you. That's right, the potage le magnifique is delicious and extraordinary. Using just the simple ingredients listed, you will create a potage that is both hearty and delicious. But in order to make the potage le magnifique truly magnificent, it takes the imagination of a truly inspired chef. Do you have that gift? I have served bowls of the potage le magnifique that have caused grown men to weep with joy. Can you guess what I added? Can you create magic? So I'll take Uncommon Taste signed off my book list. There's no actual need to hold on to it. Let's talk to Gabriella.
Brother,
Any advice on my current contract?
you've been directed to dispose of the gourmet's body, is that correct? I often find water to be a suitable hiding place. A lake, a pool, the sea. Right.
Ah, yes. I have been tasked with killing the gourmet, but only one person knows the famous chef's true identity and location. A man named Anton Viran. I must get this information from Anton Viran and then kill him. Well, fair enough.
So, is it true?
You're referring to that blacksmith.
Still here? What's the matter? Can't handle what I'm throwing your way?
Any advice on my current contract?
I wouldn't worry too much about this Varain giving you the information you need. Give him a good scare, and he'll squawk like a hag raven. That said, if your attack on Varain is witnessed, those Markarth guards are going to be none too happy. Happy hunting.
Cool. Let's roll through the rest of this. Whoops. I always like to chat with everyone about every contract, you know. Let's see, Babette's asleep. Let's talk to her.
It's been quite a boon, looking like a child. No one ever suspects a thing.
Any advice on my current contract?
Yes, don't kill the gourmet. Oh, I know you have to, but it makes me sad all the same. I love the gourmet's recipes. The world will soon be a blander, less flavorful place. Right then.
See, Cicero's not in there anymore, so we don't have to worry about him. All we've got is Bizarra, Arnbjorn, and Astrid.
Greetings, brother.
Any advice on my current contract?
Well, assuming this gourmet is just a cook, it will probably be an easy kill. Just be discreet. Alerting others will be the real threat.
There is more knowledge
Right then.
than in 2 of you pups put
There you are. Look, I just wanted to say thanks for coming to find me back in Dawnstar. Crazy Jester finally met his match, am I right?
Any advice on my current contract?
The last thing you need is my help. Listener or not, you've proven yourself time and again. To Astrid, to the family, and to me. Stay safe.
And let's talk to Astrid on the way out.
Brother,
Any advice on my current contract?
believe it or not, Festus likes you. He senses your power, your potential. Follow his instructions to the letter, and you may even earn his respect. Represent us well, brother.
Alright. Well, before we head to Markarth, let's go take care of our current side contract at Fort Greymore. Excuse me. Alright, off to Fort Greymore. Kill that sweet old cleaning lady. Since the Empire is in control, and we're on good terms with the Imperials, getting into Fort Greymore is no problem. I mean, just walk right in. Agnes is off here to the right, in her little side room where she usually is.
You fighter types are always underfoot. You want me to clean? Then scat.
Remain silent.
I swear you people are an odd bunch. Please, just step aside that I may return to my duties.
Completed. Kill Agnes. Report back to Nazir. Just to save ourselves a few load screens, we won't actually head back to the sanctuary until we're done with the, until we're ready to report back on Recipe for Disaster. So from here, let's head to Understone Keep, Markarth. Come on now. These load screens are getting out of hand. That's going to happen more and more often as our save file gets bigger, though. Even on a great PC, it happens eventually. We're going to have another big-ass load time when we fast travel to Understone Keep next. I guarantee it. Oh well, it is what it is. Believe it or not, Nazir only has a few contracts left, too. There are 3 more after we turn in Agnes. We're getting pretty darn close to the end of everything. Might be tough to believe, but it's true. Alrighty. Here is Viran. Let's talk to him.
Yes, yes, for the 100th time. I am a Breton. I was born in High Rock, and then I came here. I am not a Reachman.
Remain silent.
Who are you? What do you want?
The Gourmet. Who is he? Where is he?
The Gourmet? Never. I don't know what led you here, but nothing will betray my trust. I'll take the secret of the Gourmet's identity to my grave.
For the Dark Brotherhood, that can be easily arranged. Intimidate.
The Dark Brotherhood? Now, wait a minute. Let's not get hasty. I mean, surely my friend wouldn't want me to endanger my own life, right? Look, his name is Balagog Gronolobe. He's an orc. The Gourmet's an orc. He's staying at the Nightgate Inn. That's all I know. Now you'll let me go, right?
Remain silent.
So, we're done?
Completed. Question Anton Viran. Kill Anton Viran. Naturally. Completed. Kill Anton Viran. Kill Balagog Gronolobe. I must kill the Gourmet, who is actually an orc named Balagog Gronolobe. Once he's dead, I must steal his writ of passage, and if I can manage to hide the body, I'll receive a bonus. Awesome. Let's just get right out of here. Nobody saw a thing. How wonderful. I think we should be just fine now.
I'm Gore's assistant.
Yeah, we're good.
I help her.
We're good. Now we'll head to the Nightgate Inn. There it is. Let's head inside. We can find him in the cellar.
Whatever it is, I'm sure I can't be of help. I'm just here on holiday.
Remain silent.
Yes, well, perhaps someone else in the village can assist you.
Please, you're starting to frighten me.
That's remarkably astute of you, Balagog. Down he goes. Optional. Drag Balagog's body to a hiding place. Completed. Kill Balagog Gronolobe. Take the Writ of Passage. Okay. Oh, what the hell? Oh, no. Guess I better talk him into standing up. So I can drag him. Come on, bro. Come on. Oh, good. Alright, we got him. Now, you can take him outside and dump him in the pond. But, tucked away behind the mead kegs down here will work just as well. And actually, we can't drag him outside. If you wait long enough, he likes to spend time down by the pond. As long as it tells you it's a hiding place, you're usually good with that. And here's the Gourmet's Writ of Passage. Completed, optional, drag Balagog's body to a hiding place. Completed, take the Writ of Passage. Report back to Festus Crax. Let's go ahead and read Gourmet's Writ of Passage. After all, it is a note. And take it off of our book list. Gourmet's Writ of Passage. By order of His Eminence Emperor Titus Mede II, the possessor of this writ of passage, known throughout the Empire as the celebrated chef and author, the Gourmet, is granted full and unrestricted access to any areas, information, or supplies necessary to fulfill the duty of the Emperor's personal cook. Make sure the body is still hidden. Yes, yes, good. Now we can head directly out. There's a trap door over here. And with that done, we will head back to the sanctuary, where we will both progress the quest line and get 2 new contracts. Oh goodness, come on now. Alright, into the sanctuary.
Brother?
Guess whoever I run into first is whoever's quest I'll turn in first. There's Festus.
So, the prodigal murderer returns. And the Gourmet?
Dead.
So I gathered. It seems a certain orc has disappeared. Which means you not only killed the Gourmet, but disposed of the body as well. Oh, you've got the writ of passage too, I see. Splendid. Splendid. Ah, and word has come in from Markarth that the keep's cook has met an untimely demise. You performed your duties to the letter.
Remain silent.
I was wrong about you. I see that now. Maybe we all were. Here's your payment, and a little something else as well, from me. Consider it my way of apologizing for being so damn curmudgeonly. It's called the Night Weaver's Band. I wore this for years. I want you to have it now. It'll give your magic and sneakiness some much-needed oomph. Now, you'd better get a move on and see Astrid. It's time. Time for the final stage of this grand and glorious operation.
Cool. So we've got the Night Weaver's Band, which is the final piece of unique jewelry in the base game. Let's eyeball it, see what it does. Sneaking is 10% better. Destruction spells cost 10% less to cast. Not great, but there it is. We have completed the quest, Recipe for Disaster, and started the quest to kill an empire. Let's look at our journal. The gourmet is dead, and I'm now in possession of his writ of passage. Soon I will take his place as chef for the Emperor. To kill an empire. It would appear all the contracts leading up to the Emperor's assassination have been completed. I must now speak with Astrid and receive further instructions. Report to Astrid. Before we do that, let's chat with Nazir.
Will there ever come a time when the people of Skyrim no longer need our services? I think not.
Agnes is dead.
Don't worry, my friend. I'll spare you the facetious quip about killing a defenseless old woman. Infiltrating an occupied military fort and making it out in one piece is nothing to joke about. Well done. Your payment for services rendered.
Completed. Contract. Kill Agnes. Are there any more contracts available?
Well, yes. 2 of them. But you're reaching the end of what I have available. Your targets are a dark elf wizard named Maloril in the dwarven ruin of Mazinchaleft, and Helvard, the housecarl of Falkreath. Kill these 2, and I'll have one last contract to give you. I'm just finalizing some details now.
Started. Contract. Kill Maloril. Kill Maloril. Pretty straightforward. Started. Contract. Kill Helvard. Kill Helvard. Also pretty straightforward. Tell me about Helvard.
He's the housecarl of Falkreath. You know what that means? He's the bodyguard to the Jarl himself. So be careful.
Tell me about Maloril.
He's dangerous. Very dangerous. A rogue dark elf mage doing research into dwarven artifacts should be both respected and feared. Just not by you.
Fair enough.
Go on now.
So, Agnes is dead, and I have collected my reward from Nazir at the Sanctuary. I must kill the wizard Maloril, who can be found investigating the dwarven ruin of Mazinchaleft. I may use any means at my disposal. When I am done, I am to report back to Nazir at the Sanctuary and collect my reward. I must kill Helvard, the housecarl of Falkreath. I may use any means at my disposal. When I am done, I am to report back to Nazir at the Sanctuary and collect my reward. Groovy. Let's go do those contracts right quick. We'll chat with Astrid on our way out.
So it's done. You've killed the gourmet, and now Titus Mead II is as good as dead.
So it's time? We're ready to assassinate the Emperor?
Oh, yes. And I've decided you will have the honor.
Remain silent.
Look at you. So calm, so confident. I do believe you were born for this task. So let's begin. Go now to Castle Dower in Solitude. Present the gourmet's writ of passage to the officer in charge, Commander Marrow. I'm sure you remember him. You'll gain unrestricted access to the kitchens, and then the Emperor. You're posing as a chef, so you'll be able to poison his meal rather easily.
Which poison should I use?
Here, take this. It's called Jaren root. All it takes is one taste, and the effects are quite immediate. The Emperor will be serving Sithis before he even knows he's dead. Once Mead has been killed, escape through the upper door and across the bridge. I've arranged for it to be unguarded once the alarm is sounded. Now go, my friend. Go and fulfill your destiny as listener.
Jaren root added. Completed. Report to Astrid. Report to Commander Marrow. What else can you tell me about Jaren root?
It's a rare plant, found only on the island of Stros Makai. It can be served like any vegetable. Cut up, put in a salad, perhaps boiled in a stew. One taste will lead to nearly instant death, so don't even think about it.
Anything else before I set off?
It took all the favors, bribes, and blackmails I could muster, but I've secured your exit out of the keep. Just follow my instructions, and the Dark Brotherhood will be back on top. All thanks to you, listener. Represent us well, brother.
I'll talk to everybody about that contract when I come back. I'm going to do Nazir's 2 side contracts right quick. So we've already cleared Mazinchaleft. Maloril is in the first section where it's just bandits before you start fighting any constructs. So it'll be pretty easy, even though everything has respawned, to punch through to him. Let's go to Mazinchaleft first. After these 2 contracts, we're going to leave the Dark Brotherhood for a while, hanging it to kill an empire, and we're actually going to turn our attention to the main quest. We're going to head to, we'll probably end the video at the entrance to Alftand, where we're being pointed for the Elder Knowledge quest that you might not have even thought about for a while. I know I haven't, but yeah, we're going to do some main questing. We're finally going to tackle Blackreach. Even after all the expansions, Blackreach is still my favorite area in all of the game. In all of Skyrim, including its expansions. I just think it's awesome. I love it, love it, love it. Oh, these load times are getting to be a beast. All good, though. Eyeball me, threaten me. Whatever you like, Brohim. I don't care. Handled you before. Can handle you again. The hell? Just the usual, I guess. I think everybody's dead now, though. That's always fun. Oh, good. Yeah, can't ever let it go too long without a fucking random attack, can we? Where the fuck is that one going?
Running will warm the blood nicely.
It's a little annoying getting bum rushed by vampires every time I fast travel, but oh well. It's not like I can't handle them, right? Really only searching chests. They're the only things that still have a realistic shot at dropping a spell tome. Which is the only random loot I'm really still after. Down we go. Grab some arrows. Head inside. Almost there. Excuse me. Well, we'll have one more to deal with, standing guard outside the door. That should be all. Oh, I am able to get my arrow. Alright, so here is Maloril. Let's go ahead and quick save and chat with him as we so often do.
By the gods, what are you doing here?
Remain silent.
Who are you? Why are you here? Leave this place. I have much work to conduct.
He doesn't even turn hostile. Well, that's silly. Can just barely search him. He doesn't have anything I need, though. Completed. Kill Maloril. Report to Nazir. Or report back to Nazir. Before we do that, we'll just head back to the entrance. Let's kill two birds with one stone, and make a stop in Falkreath along our way. Come on, come on, come on. This is getting Looney Tunes. There we go. What's up, everybody?
From the college, right? Here things have finally calmed down over there.
Being the house Carl, Helvard is found inside the longhouse. We'll do our usual. We'll chat with him and then we'll stay silent.
Yes, yes, what is it? We're all very busy here. Right, well, if you have some kind of official business with the Jarl, I'm afraid now's not the time. Go on then. Off with you.
Completed. Kill Helvard. Report back to Nazir. Sure enough. As well take his key to the Jarl's longhouse. Now, rather than endure another load screen, since we're right here, I think I'll just run over to the sanctuary. I'm not certain if it'll be faster or not, but I suspect it will. Excellent. So now we'll turn in these 2 contracts, and there will only be 1 left.
Brother?
All right. While we're in here, let's ask everybody about our...
I want beef. You're part of a family now, Hamshank. I trust you, you trust me. Got it?
Any advice on my current contract?
You get to kill the Emperor. The bloody Emperor. You'd better enjoy this one. You owe us all that much. So make it bloody, painful, and spectacular. Until next time, brother.
Bad.
It's been quite a boon, looking like a child. No one ever suspects a thing.
Any advice on my current contract?
Don't take any chances with this one. Use the jarm root to poison the Emperor's food. You're disguising yourself as a chef. It only makes sense.
Fair enough.
Have fun.
Festus?
Oh, good to see you, brother. Gearing up to kill the Emperor? Exciting times. Exciting times indeed.
Any advice on my current contract?
Well, while it's true I prefer sorcery's more destructive nuances. We mustn't forget the many spells with simpler, more practical applications. Sure, you could poison the Emperor, but what then? Why not summon an Atronach to cause some chaos? Or turn invisible and slip away? Use your imagination. Right then.
Here is Nazir.
Back from your little vacation in Falkreath. So did you enjoy the sights? Sample the food? Kill the housecarl?
Maloril is dead.
I hope the elf didn't give you too much trouble. I once got set on fire by a sorcerer. Nasty business, that. But I digress. Here's your payment.
Completed. Contract. Kill Maloril. Helvard is dead.
Well, that's sure to throw a branch into Falkreath's well-oiled political machine. Here's your payment. Well earned as always.
Completed. Contract. Kill Helvard. I'm ready for the last contract.
Yes. Yes, I believe you are. Very well, then. You need to find and kill Safia, the captain of the pirate ship, Red Wave. The ship travels the northern coast and sometimes isn't even in Skyrim at all. So you'll have to be patient. Good luck.
Started. Contract. Kill Safia. Kill Safia. If you've played Oblivion, this is a nice act of bookending because your first real Dark Brotherhood job in Oblivion was to kill a pirate captain on his own ship in port in Cyrodiil. And it's the last contract that you do for the Dark Brotherhood in Skyrim. I like the symmetry. I'm sure they did it on purpose. Tell me about Safia.
Ah, yes. The pirate captain. A ruthless she-devil, by all accounts. Deadly with a blade. And let's not forget her crew. Loyal and bloodthirsty, the lot of them. This is my final contract, and certainly the most challenging. Be careful with this one, my friend.
Any advice on my current contract?
Yes. You're killing the Emperor himself. The Dark Brotherhood will get one shot at this, and you've been given the honors. So don't screw up. Good luck. And try not to get yourself killed.
Alright, so let's look at these two. Maloril is dead, and I have collected my reward from Nazir at the Sanctuary. Helvard is dead, and I have collected my reward from Nazir at the Sanctuary. I must kill Safia, the pirate captain of the ship Red Wave, which is moored at the docks in Solitude. I may use any means at my disposal. When I am done, I am to report back to Nazir at the Sanctuary and collect my reward. Let's ask Gabriella.
Brother,
Any advice on my current contract?
what an honor. The assassination of an emperor. And all because you are the listener, favored by the Night Mother, anointed by Sithis. I'm so very happy for you, if not a bit envious. Stay safe.
Veteran contract? Yes, you heard correctly. In and out of Vardenfell in less than 48 hours.
Where is Vizara? He's the only one I haven't talked to yet. There he is.
The shadow scales are all but forgotten. An ancient tradition from another time.
Any advice on my current contract?
Astrid has arranged for your escape, no? Then you have nothing to worry about. Get in, kill the Emperor, and get out. Then we celebrate.
Word certainly travels fast, doesn't it?
Kill well and often.
Alrighty. So let's make a pit stop at Windstad for one last offload. And then we're going to fast travel to Alftand, which is where I'll leave the video to pick up next time and advance the main quest. What? Yes, I know. I know. Crazy, right? Alright. Quick pit stop at Winstead.
You're back. Can I get a few gold to spend?
Here's 10 gold.
Thanks, Pa.
Absolutely. Chat with Shavi.
Oh, it's my love coming.
Dollars!
Gold is flowing nicely. Here's your half of the profits, my dear.
I think the only thing I actually got was the Nightweaver's band from Festus. But we'll stick that in there. We'll keep the Jaren route. We'll keep the Writ of Passage, obviously. We need those. Let's check here. We're good. Alright. Let's fast travel over to Alftand, which is where we were directed by Septimus Cygnus ages ago for both the final Daedric quest, discerning the transmundane, and for the main quest, Elder Knowledge, and, as it turns out, for the Dawnguard quest line, Seeking Disclosure. All three of those are pointing us to Alftand. And here it is. So I'll make my way in, because there's a little bit of foreshadowing here at the exterior. So there's a journal on the ground outside called the Expedition Manifest. Let's read that. We've managed to secure the site and hold off any others who may try to steal our discoveries so far, especially those from the College of Winterhold, who seem to think the glory of exploring every ruin should be theirs alone. The crew for our expedition is as follows: Sulla Trebatius, myself, expedition leader; Umana, my constant companion and bodyguard; Veli, a mage not associated with Winterhold, took some time to find; Endrast, a fellow explorer of some local renown; Yag, a great brute of a woman hired to keep the rest of the labor in check; Jadar and Jazar, two Khajiit brothers hired as labor. So that's 7 people, remember. Need a couple more laborers. Getting through the ice is proving difficult. We've set up shelter and scouted the area. The small ruins on the lower plateau of the glacier don't seem connected to the main structure, and we haven't managed to find a way into the tower parapet we found here. Yag mentioned spotting a fissure in the glacial wall that may lead into the ruins, so we are going to try to find a way to get down there with the gear. Looks like a storm is coming. Cool. Let's hit this adept locked chest. That would be the tower parapet he can't find a way into. You can see their camp is pretty well long since snowed over. There's a burnt body there. There are 2 burnt bodies here, but I don't think either of them are part of the 7. If we follow these bridges they've created downward... Oh, really? Oh, seems okay. To Alftand Glacial Ruins. And I'll let this zone load in, then I'll make an anchor save and we'll end the video here. Alright everybody, this has been Let's Play Skyrim. We did Siege on the Dragon Cult, we did The Cure for Madness, we did Recipe for Disaster, and we did 3 of Nazir's contracts. A good chunk of the remaining Dark Brotherhood content knocked out. Next time, as I've mentioned, we will advance the main quest, as well as the final Daedric quest, as well as the Dawnguard quest line, by making our way through Alftand, the last of the big 3 Dwemer ruins contained inside the main game. Until then, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please consider clicking an ad, liking, sharing, or subscribing, any or all of which really help me out. Regardless, please know that I really appreciate the time you spend watching, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.